Hello everyone, this is Oreo Blaster. Today we're going to be looking at a sort of overview of the Ana changes and why they are bad and made her really bad. As you can tell, I'm not exactly happy about the changes, but hopefully they take another look at her, maybe change her up and make her less terrible now, and they revert a few things because I don't know why they changed as many things as they did. So biggest change, you can heal off of your strike. Cool. I can have passive healing when I auto attack enemy heroes. It's really insignificant, and honestly, you shouldn't be taking poke damage as Ana anyways, so it's kind of irrelevant. I definitely think that it was a way to accommodate for people who take a lot of free damage as Ana, but if you're doing that, you're not going to be as effective anyways. The way you're supposed to be playing Ana is, at least in my opinion, the way you self-heal is you just alt W, heal yourself a little bit. It's not that much healing, but it's something. If you're taking more poke damage than that, you're either way too far forward or you're just getting hit by a lot of skill shots you shouldn't be getting hit by. So the strike healing is really insignificant. So as you can see, if I go and heal off of this, even with 5 doses, it's like, cool, I'm healing for, that'd be 11 per. I mean, that's decent, but there's a certain point where it just becomes really hard to keep doses stacked on enemy heroes, so it doesn't do as much as you want it to. She got that. So then what did she lose for that? Her healing darts now do less overall healing. They lowered it from base 237 to 215, which it seems like it's not that big of a deal, but that's a relatively significant healing change. I mean, that's a little bit less than 10%, and that drastically affects her healing output. Personally, I think that the best change that they could have made their healing dart if they were thinking, oh, we need to nerf this, is if they just increase the mana cost, because it's cost 15 mana, which, I mean, with your mana regen, because it's 3.29 per second, you get 7 mana every 2 seconds, which is the downtime of healing dart. So it takes you a long time in order to run out of mana by just spamming Q, and that's assuming you're doing it every 2 seconds. So, because the way that Ana usually runs out of mana is that she is just spamming her grenade and her sleep dart everywhere, and these cost 50 each, and this only costs 15, so they made it 20. It would still accomplish the same thing of making it so that, like, it would shift it away from lowering her healing output to making it so that you have to be more careful with your shots. I think that would be a way better change than just lowering the base Q healing. Biotic Grenade, I think, also got a needless nerf. It now only amplifies healing from Ana unless you take the level 1 talent for grenade calibration. And it's also locked behind the quest, which, like, I don't understand why they shifted power away from it. I guess it was a bit too strong, but it seems like that they did it purely for the sake of having people take not piercing darts, so that did not seem very helpful whatsoever. Breaking up her power into 3 different talents, or just like taking away 2 things that she already had and putting them into these talents, is just I think a really bad idea for trying to just get people to choose other talents that, like, why not buff them instead of nerfing her and putting the things that they nerfed from her onto these talents? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm not sure why they did that, but whatever. It kind of makes you want to maybe take the grenade quest then, if you can get back the pre-nerf Ana. And detachable box magazine is still just not good. I think piercing darts is basically still the pick, but on top of all that, they also nerfed piercing darts. Piercing darts now only gets 25% range increase, which means that it's harder for Ana to play make with sleep dart. As you can see, now I know I used to be able to land sleep, like I could land a sleep from here, and now it doesn't reach that. So it's significantly harder to play make with sleep dart, which I think is a really huge blow to Ana, because one of the higher skill cap Ana things you could do was being able to heal people from really far away, and also be able to land clutch sleeps on people who are really far away, so you can set up kills for your team. Now, because of this nerf, sleep dart is much less effective as that, and it's much better at just using it as self peel, which I feel like is actually lowering her skill cap and just simplifying her for absolutely no reason. And of course, not being able to heal your allies from that far away, like the fact that I can't land these hits means that I have to be closer, which means that I'm closer to danger and have a higher chance of dying, which again, I mean that was kind of oppressive because it meant that I could be like way in the back here, and like let's say that was Diablo and he's super diving the enemy team, I could be like so far away from him and still be healing him. But it still requires skill because the farther back you are, obviously the farther the projectile has to travel. So because of that nerf, it's like they just took away a lot of Anna's power or skill cap in that sense. Nano Boost got a cooldown increase. I mean, I basically saw that coming. 50-second cooldown on Nano Boost is pretty bonkers anyways. Eye of Horus now got a really nice buff to it. It has a lower cooldown, lower mana cost, and if you cancel it, it doesn't put it on a reduced cooldown, a 10-second reduced ability cooldown. It's just you can keep toggling it if you haven't shot yet, which is really nice because sometimes I'll set up for it, seeing like someone's bot and I want to hit them, and I need to toggle it again, and then I'm not able to use it for 10 seconds. And they reduce the number of shots from 8 to 6. That's fine. I usually only use 1 or 2 shots just to get a few heals in between my healing darts. So yeah, they shifted power into her grenade quest from her base W, which is kind of lame, makes her W a lot weaker. It's still good for, I mean, it still accomplishes the thing that you use it before anyways, which is just healing yourself, but I mean, it's less effective at, like, you can't just throw it on a Sonya while she's whirlwinding unless you take the grenade quest, so that's kind of lame. And detachable box magazine makes it so that you can heal off of anything that you hit, which sounds really good, but then you realize you still have to auto attack it. Like, you still have to hit, like, you know, I could be hitting a hero while I'm auto attacking these minions, or I could be hitting the minions. And even if I'm like life stealing off of the entire wave like this, still not that much healing that matters. I don't know. I think it's still insignificant compared to piercing darts, but then piercing darts is nerfed, so that makes it a bit tougher. They buffed airstrike by reducing the delay from when it lands from 4 to 3, but it's like that's pretty insignificant anyways. And they made the aim down sights toggle cooldown go from 10 to 3 seconds. I don't even know why there's, well, I don't know why she moves slower for the most part, and also why there's a cooldown for toggling it. That just seems like really bad considering that Overdose is so amazingly good. And if you're going grenade build, you basically need to go grenade strike. If anything, just for the grenade cooldown reduction. And to everyone's surprise, not really, they nerfed Mind Numbing Agent, which I think is totally fine because Mind Numbing Agent was just oppressively good. 50% reduced ability power is still amazing. They buffed Debilitating Dart by making it go from a 45-second to a 20-second cooldown. I think that's also actually a pretty good buff and could make it playable now if people wanted to choose it. I don't like that it's a skill shot. I mean, it acts the same way as your sleep dart. I don't know why. I mean, I guess if it's on a 20-second cooldown, I can get why it has a, you know, it's a skill shot, but that just seems like it's bad. So I don't know why they did that. So ultimately, most important things are that they lowered her base Q healing. They nerfed the range on her piercing darts, and they shifted a lot of power out of her bio grenade for uses outside of just healing herself or getting like a little bit of extra healing on allies. Because you know, you used to be able to just use it like if Diablo picks up a regen globe and he has Devil's Due, you could toss it on him, and for like, you know, 4 seconds he would just heal a lot more off of the regen globe. And that was cool. That was a really good way to maximize grenade usage, and now they took that away. I don't know why they did that. They lowered her skill cap, and they just made it harder to make plays with her. They made it so she can't really keep up in a solo support environment anymore. And anytime that I've played her after the patch, I just ask myself, why am I not playing Malf or Lucia or even Alex or anybody else? Stukov. She just is not that good, which really sucks because I think she was very good for high skill level Ana players, and then not that great at lower levels, and now she just feels like she can't keep up with anybody. So thank you so much for watching this me whine about Ana. Um, I really hope that they look at her again and either revert some stuff or buff her, because it's not just me saying, oh, I don't like the way she is now. She did drop down pretty significantly in win rate. I believe on HotSlog she's at a 46.4% win rate, which is really sad. She's down there with Oriole now, and she has no reason to be there because she's so skill dependent, making it harder for her to be able to make plays. Just, it's like, I mean, what does she do now? the reward for landing your skill shots is just not worth it. I mean, it's just not. So hopefully they change her. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And hopefully we will see Anna will be hopefully buffed in the next patch. But we'll see. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.